This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so let's try to continue this particular topic over here, the pricing part. So if you're trying to basically get into VSAT 08, there's a place where we go for creation of the pricing procedure. So I'm just trying to create a new one. The last one what we have created was not saved. I'm just trying to quickly do what all the things what we have performed it and try to continue this one. So step 10, counter 0, we maintain condition type PR00, and we have activated it as a required entry. We want that value need to be printed over here. So we maintain one dependent entry by activating this particular field by a routine called as to item with pricing. And then we maintain an account key as well for this. So account key used is going to be ERL over here. Then step number 20, counter 0. We are trying to maintain gross value over here, which is nothing but anything maintained between step number 10 to 19 need to be copied as gross value. We want this value need to be printed and we maintain subtotal. And then what all discounts you want to offer it, maintain all that discount conditions. So K004 is going to be calculated on gross value, anything maintained between step number 20 to 29. Okay, so gross value minus material discount. So I'm trying to maintain the help of this from and to. I'm activating it as manual entry. We want this value need to be printed, and account key for this is going to be ERS. And then we are trying to maintain one more discount condition, which is customer material discount. Again, it's going to be from step number 20 to 39. I'm activating it as a manual entry. Want that value need to be printed and account key ERS over here. Okay, so step number 50, counter 0, K007. I'm just trying to add one more discount condition. And this one is also going to be calculated on gross value. 49, manual entry. We want that value need to be printed. Accounting key ERS. And then we are going to be calculating our total discounts. Now for total discounts, we don't have any standard condition type available. So we are trying to leave this particular field as blank and we are just trying to maintain the description as total discounts over here. And how this total discounts are calculated. So which is nothing but summation of all these discounts. So from step number 30 to 59. From step number 30 to 59, I'm trying to maintain it. Okay, we want this value need to be printed, that's fine. And then we started maintaining net value. So for net value also, we don't have any standard condition type available. We just try to maintain the description. And this net value is nothing but difference between gross minus what all discounts we are trying to offer it. So gross is maintained in step number 20 to 59. If you are trying to take 69 step, I was trying to mention that your discounts are going to be calculated twice. So here we are not going to be maintaining it as a 69. We are going to be maintaining it as 59 itself. Okay. So maintain it. This is one way of calculating your net value by taking the help of this from and to columns over here. So if you don't want to use from and to, in case if there is no standard condition type available, so what we can do, we can take the help of a calculation type. So that's what I mentioned it. So assign an alternative formula in the form of routines if you're not taking the help of a condition type over here. Assign alternative formula in the form of routines if you're not taking the help of a condition type. And here I'm trying to assign a routine number 2, which is used for calculating the net value. So here I'm just trying to maintain that information. So net value can be calculated in two ways. One, by taking the help of this from and to columns. One, by taking the help of this from and to columns, or you can use a routine which has been provided by SAP. So I'm just trying to take the help of this particular routine over here. I'm just trying to maintain both the things, but when we try to do our testing process, we are going to be activating one of them and we are going to be looking into it, how it works out. Okay, and then once you maintain your net value, then comes the next step. So after net value, we need to go for calculation of our taxes over here. Always we need to go for calculation of taxes, and we have a specific condition type for taxes by the name MWST over here. We have a specific condition type MWST. Okay, so this is what we are going to be maintaining it. Tax condition. So here I'm trying to maintain step as 80, counter as 0. MWST is the condition type. As soon as you try to maintain tax condition and click on enter, it will be asking us to maintain certain settings for this. Now, whenever you're trying to maintain tax condition, so always make sure you activate it as a required entry over here. Activate it as a required entry, and there is a dependent entry maintain. Okay, so where we need to maintain requirement by routine number 10. Now, what this particular routine is all about is what we need to know, and condition based value need to be activated as 16 over here. Condition based value need to be activated as 16, and account key for taxes is going to be MWS. So these are what we need to maintain it. So whenever you try to work with tax condition, you will be getting this particular message. Okay, and you need to follow the settings maintained in this particular message. So I'm just trying to maintain output taxes. So here we are not going to be specifying any from and to column for taxes. We're not going to be specifying anything by the name from and to. We're just trying to activate it as a required entry. We want that value need to be printed over here. I'm maintaining it. And requirement. So we have a dependent entry need to be maintained. So this requirement need to be maintained by routine number 10. Plant is set. Now, where do we need to maintain this plant information? So whenever we create an order, we need to make sure plant information is maintained. In case if plant information is missing, then taxes will be not calculated. So always your taxes is going to be calculated based on plant and customer location. Based on plant and customer location. So it is mandatory that whenever you create an order, make sure you update the plant information. So I'm trying to maintain this one. Requirement 10. And base value. Now, when you're going to be activating this condition base value, so if we are not taking the help of this from and to columns over here, if we are not taking the help of from and to, then we are going to be activating condition base value. And right now, why we are using this condition base value? Because we are not taking the help of from and to. We are not telling the system that taxes is going to be calculated on our net value. We're just trying to follow the settings maintained in that particular checkbox which has been displayed. So I'm just trying to take the help of this base value, where this base value is maintained by routine number 16. 16. This is nothing but net value minus cash discount. In case if company is trying to offer any kind of cash discount at the time of payment, so whatever the difference amount is coming on that particular difference amount, we want taxes need to be calculated. So that is the reason for which I'm trying to maintain this particular routine as 16 over here. So maintain it, and account key for this is going to be MWS. So these are all going to be the standard account keys. So we are getting this particular message is asking us to confirm whether all settings has been maintained according to this or not. So check everything has been activated. Okay, so here this is the next thing which we need to be knowing of. Like I'm trying to maintain condition based value over here. How to use it? If we are not taking the help of from and to columns, assign alternative formula. Assign alternative formula in the form of routines over here. Assign alternative formula in the form of routines. If you're not taking the help of from and to column, assign alternative formula in the form of routines. Okay, and we are trying to assign a routine number 16 over here. which is nothing but net value plus XWORKD. That is nothing but excluding cash discount. In case if you are trying to offer any kind of cash discount, excluding it. So there's a routine what we are trying to assign it for this particular tax condition. Okay, so I'm just trying to make sure this is maintained. So make sure it is maintained up over here. And now once you maintain this one, now what? The next one, we need to work out with our total. So step number 90, counter 0, and we don't have any standard condition type for total. We don't have any standard condition type for total. So we leave this particular field as blank and we try to maintain it as total over here. We try to maintain it as total. We don't have any standard condition type for total. And this total is what? This total is nothing but net value plus taxes. Net value plus taxes is what we are going to be calling it as total. And net value is maintained in step number 70. From step number 70 to 89. One step before our condition. 89. I'm trying to maintain it. 70 to 89. Okay. And once again, I want this value need to be printed. So this is one way of how you're going to be telling the system to calculate the total over here. Now we have a second way to do it. As I mentioned, when we are not taking the help of condition type, now what to use? We can take the help of a calculation type. So if you're not taking the help of condition type, take the help of calculation type. If you're not taking the help of condition type, take the help of calculation type over here. And this calculation type is going to be maintained by routine number 4. Net value plus taxes is going to be our total. Net value plus taxes is going to be our total over here. So I'm trying to maintain this particular routine over here. Okay. So once again, I'm telling the system to calculate total in 2 different ways. One, you can take the help of this from and to column, or second method, you can take the help of calculation type. At the moment, I'm just trying to activate both of them. But when we try to work out with the testing, we try to work with only one of them. So maintain this one. So there's going to be another routine what we need to be knowing up. Routine number 4, which is nothing but net value plus taxes. Net value plus taxes is what we try to assign it over here. Now, once you maintain these things, now what is the next thing? Now, try to maintain the next one, which is going to be VPRS. Because if we maintain manufacturing cost, then only we can go for calculating the profit margins. So VPRS is going to be the condition type use it. Okay. And once you click on enter, now what all settings need to be maintained for VPRS also is been displayed up over here. So for VPRS, we need to activate it as a statistical entry. For VPRS, we need to activate it as a statistical entry. That means it will be used only for reference. It will be used only for reference, not for any other use. That means the value will be not posted to the finance department as well. The value will be not posted to the finance department because we are not going to be receiving any kind of payments. It's just like a statistical entry, only for reference. Only for reference over here. So here I'm just trying to maintain this one, and subtotal need to be maintained as B, and we have a dependent entry which need to be maintained as 4. So try to maintain all these settings for our VPRS condition over here. I'm just trying to maintain it. Now for VPRS, activate it as a statistical entry. If you activate it, no need to post it the value to the finance department because we are not going to be receiving any kind of payment for this. Only for reference purpose, we are trying to maintain it. Okay, and we are not going to be printing this value because if you print, what happens, your customer will be knowing at what price we are purchasing it or what price we are manufacturing it. So we are not going to be printing that value, we ignore it. And the subtotal need to be maintained by routine number B over here. So this is the condition type. KOMP is the condition type and WVWR is the field name for manufacturing cost. It's the field name for manufacturing cost over here. So maintain this particular rule. Rule as B, subtotal as B, followed by requirement. So requirement need to be maintained by routine number 4. This need to be maintained by routine number 4 over here. So maintain it. Okay, there's a setting what we need to maintain for VPRS condition. So what this requirement for functionality is also we need to know it. Routine number 4, which is going to be manufacturing cost. Manufacture cost. What does routine for functionality is also we need to know it. Okay. Now maintain these things, done. And next step would be our profit margin. So to maintain profit margin, maintain step number as 110, counter as 0, followed by the condition type. So we don't have any standard condition type provided for profit margin. We don't have any standard condition type provided. So we leave it as blank and we try to maintain profit margin over here. That's what we are trying to maintain it. We're trying to maintain it as a profit margin. Now, when we try to calculate this profit margin, now how it is going to be done over here. Now to calculate our profit margin, here we are not going to be maintaining anything by the name from and to columns. We are going to be leaving it as blank itself. So here what we try to do, we are not going to be printing that value as well. We are not going to be printing. Now how to calculate the profit margins then? Now here, if you're not taking the condition type, what we do, we are going to be taking the help of calculation type over here. So where we are going to be maintaining this calculation type by routine number 11. We are going to be taking the help of routine number 11 over here to calculate our profit margin. So maintain this routine 11 over here. Done. And done. So your profit margin has been calculated up over here. That's how you're going to be doing it. So profit, with the help of this routine, what we are telling the system, this is nothing but difference between net value minus manufacturing costs. So this is not going to be total. That's not going to be total. It's going to be net value minus manufacturing cost, because total is going to be including taxes. So taxes will be not taken into consideration because we need to pay the tax amount to the government. So taxes will be not taken into consideration. So this is always going to be net value, like net value minus manufacturing cost. We are going to be getting it. Net value minus manufacturing cost over here. That's how we try to go for calculating it. Okay, so maintain this one and done. Okay, now here, that's the one. So calculation type has been maintained by routine number 11 over here. There's going to be another setting. Routine 11, which is nothing but profit margin. How this profit margin is going to be working is what we need to know. How this profit margin is going to be working is what we need to know over here. So maintain this one. So these are the things which you need to maintain it. Okay. So this is a simple pricing procedure what we have created by maintaining all the conditions required over here. These are all the conditions what we maintain. Now, once you have created this particular pricing procedure, now what? We need to activate it. We need to activate it and we need to use it. So how to activate and how to use it, the testing process is what I'm going to be explaining it in tomorrow's class, because I don't see other two persons over here. So I can't go ahead with doing the testing. If they join, well and good. If not, I'm going to be continuing this one in tomorrow's class. So as of now, we have just created a pricing procedure by using all the fields required. Only one field we have not touched at the moment was actuals. So this actuals fields we are going to be looking when we start working out with the rebate configuration. Until then, we don't use this one. Until then, we don't use this field itself. Okay. So let me stop it. We shall meet up tomorrow.